Hello and welcome everybody to Safari, here with the Wilson top-notch woods from 1958. Look at this zebra laminate insert. It's crazy. It's like, we're gonna make a laminate wood and then we're gonna laminate the face as well, the face insert, and just make it a full laminate wood, which is interesting, kind of. I don't have a problem with the woods, but the name kind of puzzles me. They named these top notch. And that's a little bit desperate. That's like running around screaming in the street, I'm not crazy. If you're running around yelling at the top of your lungs that you're not crazy, I'm not saying you are crazy. It's just you're not top notch. You know, when you read things in the news at the making of this video, 2019, that Colorado is trying to legalize psychedelic mushrooms, it's like, oh, now we know who. Yes, this is the same ideas, naming some laminate woods from the 50s top notch when there are names like, dare I say it, McGregor. We have two of these. We have the 3-wood and the driver. You can see they're very similar as far as the design. Obviously one's aluminum and one's brass. That's pretty common for driver versus fairway wood, as they want more weight for volume in the driver. Obviously you can see the volume difference here. The driver has some damage to the top here, so we're going to focus on the 3-wood today. But actually, before I get rid of that, notice how the ferrule, so the red right here, isn't faded on the driver, but it is faded on the 3-wood. Just one of those little interesting differences here on how these were played. Maybe a head cover was involved. So the sole plate, we have a 4-screw sole plate. We have the Wilson flags right here. 4300, that's the length of the driver. Wilson, we have a lead weight in the aft portion right here. Toe clearly says Strata-Block. And then the really interesting, I love this. I love these woods just for the face insert. Beautiful laminate face insert right there. The pinned shaft, you can see the drill through construction as usual. And then we hit a plastic ferrule. Mentioned the sun fading, and there is at least was, a serial number right here on the ferrule. It's really worn. Not sure if that'll even show up here. And then we get to a rusty old stepped shaft. And if we look right here, if the camera will focus, it does say True Temper Pro Fit. It's always fun to see they put shaft labels on way back in the day, always trying to sell more clubs. And then we have a leather wrap grip. You can see the flat portion right here. My guess is there's wood under here, because I've seen other models where they have the wood so they can shape it like this, glued into the shaft. On the butt right here, there is a little, it looks like another Wilson flag decal right here, but it's worn through. I can't really identify exactly what that is. And leather, like I've mentioned in other videos, it's romantic that leather will last 50, 60, 70 years. But once anything wet touches this, it smells like a wet dog. Lots of just BO. Anyway, let's one more look here at the top line to identify it. Wilson top notch with the flags right here. Lovely laminate. We need to get the driver out onto the range. So I've hit the zebra on the face, and these feel fine. They're very gameable. Would I say they're the best ever made? Not even close. Not for the 50s, not for the 60s, but they feel good. I mean, I could play these clubs, and I'm not the greatest golfer in the world. So top tier,
of playability? Maybe. And that's what this channel is all about, right? Getting these vintage clubs back out onto the course. Are these collectible? Frankly, and I haven't looked at the values. I don't know. I purchased these secondhand, and I don't think these are really valuable. The highly sought after McGregors, the jumbo McGregors, the Iomatics from the 50s are way more desirable, in my opinion, than these, which makes these a great candidate to game out on the course. Get these muddy, nobody cares. It's just going to be a fun set to play. So I'm looking for some irons to match these woods. Very gameable, top notch. I don't like the name. We'll see if I can find something else more interesting from this era, which is readily accessible to everybody out there, that you guys can play and game as well. And I'd like to thank my viewers. I have a really sophisticated viewership here on YouTube, of all places. I really appreciate the comments. Lots of you are very knowledgeable about these vintage clubs, and I'm not an expert, like I've said in my other videos. I just enjoy vintage clubs, and I'm bringing as much content as I can to you. So thank you for your viewership. If you would like to see more, you can always subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can visit the Amazon shop in the links in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I am The Vintage Golfer.